Matt and Kristen Schafer, our guests here on Who's Your Ag today, and they are the Indiana winners of the Young Farmer Agriculture Achievement Award. Congratulations, you're heading to San Antonio, Texas.
Thank you.
That should be a great trip. Are you looking forward to that trip? Have you been there?
I actually have been there. I followed our Purdue's football team to the Alamo Bowl one year. So I've gotten to experience San Antonio in January, which is a nice break from what we have here right now.
This will be my first time, so I'm very much looking forward to it.
Talk about the Achievement Award itself and what you put into the process of getting to this point where you're the Indiana winner. What is the award? Why do you feel that you did get to this point?
The award, I guess the way I look at it is the award takes into account the growth of your operation since you started farming, essentially, and it uses different measures, some financial, some operational, to gauge that, and also it takes into account leadership in the community and through Farm Bureau.
Where we're going to head in the future, whether it's through work in Farm Bureau or with our own operation, and the growth we see as a farm family and our individual family. And
it's actually kind of neat because I guess our official start time for farming that I used was back in college in 1999, and it was a lengthy application process. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but it was nice in that it gave us an opportunity to step back and just kind of gauge how far we've come. And as the years go on, you don't necessarily step back and look at it like that. But when you have that opportunity, it kind of made me proud just to see where we've been and how far we've come, and excited about where we can go from here on.
Past Achievement Award winners have also told me the same thing, that the process itself, the application, very detailed, does give you a great look at the past and maybe even opens up some eyes for the future as you complete that process.
Well, anytime you put something down on paper, I mean, it allows you the opportunity to kind of dissect all the details. And even for me, still learning a lot about the operation coming from a complete non-farming background, I was able to, it helped me actually learn even more of the intricacies of the operation by going back and reading what we put down.
So let's touch on that a little bit further. Suburban Chicago, north suburbs, Naperville, Indiana, and you're on a farm in La Crosse, Indiana. How did that come about?
I never saw that one coming when I was growing up, but we were really growing up in the heart of just the building process, the continuous building process in the suburbs. And there's maybe one farm I could even tell you that existed in our town. I didn't know what 4-H was. I mean, all these things were not prevalent. And then I took going to Purdue, and little did I realize even that it was that big of an agriculture school, but I started to make friends who had an agriculture farming background. And later, senior year, I met Matt, and
just in the nick of time.
Just in the nick of time. And we kept in touch, and eventually I knew that I wanted to come back to Indiana. And I love country living, and it's a lot more peaceful than where I came from. And I do appreciate that.
What was your major?
My major actually started in meteorology, so I do have a passion for weather. I actually graduated in advertising, which ended up realizing that was not my passion. So I currently teach earth science, and so that kind of ties in with the weather, and also has been a great connecting point for agriculture.
There are very few people that know how to handle a farmer always complaining about the weather, but at least she gets it.
Well, talk about where you've come and where you think your operation is headed.
Well, when we first started, I guess before she was even in the picture, we were farming about 1,900 acres, and it was mostly just corn and soybeans. We did do some specialty corn, some waxy corn for a processor. But in 2000, I made the commitment to come back to the farm, and I farmed, I should have mentioned this earlier, I farmed with my father and my uncle currently, and my grandfather was still involved then too. And upon making that decision, they took some steps to grow the farm a little bit to make room for me. And about that time, a new irrigation well technology kind of came along, what we call horizontal wells, which allows us, we've got a pretty high water table, but it's still kind of drought the ground, but conventional wells don't work real well. So this new technology allowed us to expand our irrigation from practically nothing to over 2,500 acres now. And that unlocked the possibilities of seed corn, some vegetable crops, and a lot of other things that helped us diversify and continue growing. So it's like I had alluded to before. I mean, when it was going on, you didn't notice it too much, but as you look back at it, things have changed quite a bit since 1999 in that regard.
Good luck in San Antonio. We hope for good things there and a fun trip too. And congratulations on this win. It feels pretty good, I'm sure.
It feels great, and we're definitely looking forward to representing Indiana, hopefully very well, in San Antonio. So.
Okay. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.